Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into FREIBA Watch List, where we talk about stocks that our community is looking to trade. We then post a watch list every morning before the market opens, right there in our chat room. So click the link in the description, and yeah, we'll see you in the morning. So first things first, we typically start off with the SPY, talking about S&P 500. A pretty big down day in the markets on Friday. So you had on the daily chart a gap down. One of the catalysts being this new COVID variant. I think it's called um, Omicron or something like that. So another variant. The last pretty uh, relatively significant dip in the market was because of the Delta variant. So now we have this new variant of the coronavirus, and so there's definitely been some selling happening. So again, on Friday, massive gap down and just a fade pretty much all day. You did have a rebound around lunchtime, around noon, where short started to cover, and you had this retest of the 461, 462 level before this rejection and fade into the close, and we were pretty flat into the close. So now we ended up capping down, well not capping down, but closing in the after hours and having a low of 456. But there is a little bit of a rebound here, kind of in the futures market, where we're seeing, the market kind of gap back up for tomorrow's session. But we'll see how that goes in the morning. Obviously, there's more news to come and things of that nature. So we'll keep a close eye on that. In terms of the trend, we'll see here that we're totally broken out of this consolidation that we were talking about here. So again, this is the range that we were looking for, the either a break above or below. So obviously we're broken down below, and so we're going to be looking for potential snaps back up until this that 465 test. But again, a lot of selling pressure in the market. So we'll be looking probably more so to the short side, over the next few days or so. Again, you have a couple catalysts. One, last week we warned of it. We said there's going to be tons of volatility in the market. So again, congratulations to all of our subscribers that took advantage of the watch list, which we'll get into shortly. But we talked about this, and hopefully everyone was prepared, or people were on vacation. You did have Thanksgiving, holiday weekend, all that. So hopefully you stayed safe, and didn't trade at all. That's also an option, is to stay in the cash and not participate in these uncertain times. But we were in it, and we're gonna get into some trades now. But again, the SPY, we're looking for that 465 retest and for that gap to start to close again. But it might not be before more downward pressure. So again, we'll play it to the downside, and we may be biased, but be sure to check in tomorrow morning at the updated watch list once we decide on what our community, is kind of again looking to trade for tomorrow. So that's SPY. Now let's get into some of the trades that we took in our watch list on Friday. Really exciting day for us. I know it might have been painful for others, but we are doing really well. So one of the uh, catalysts obviously was COVID, and we talked about this in a previous video, before the last. We talked about the COVID theme being on the radar, and that's exactly what we got on Friday. So we we're on top of things here. So we definitely had a nice watch list, and let's get into some of those tickers right now. So one of the biggest ones that everyone was watching is Moderna. So that's mRNA, and you had a pretty huge gap up in the name, and so this was on our watch list. We were looking at it all day. We traded it a few times. So let's jump into uh, the daily here. This is just a 5-minute chart, but we had it on the watch list, right? We posted it at around 920 ish, right? It was at 311, had a $40 move from that level. I mean, so congratulations to anyone and everyone that took part trading Moderna on Friday. It was a pretty amazing day. But we caught it a few times on a few breakouts, and so we were pretty happy with the performance of Moderna on Friday. Next, we have BNTX. This has been on our watch list before, but same thing. We called it out in the 3:30s in the morning. It had a high of 372. Again, $40 move, pretty impressive. So everyone that traded shares or options, I mean, it was a pretty massive day for it. So again, congratulations to you all. Next, we had another COVID-related stock, which is AHPI and Allied Healthcare. So they primarily focus on, and in relation to COVID, respirators. So this has been on our radar on our watch list before, but today, Friday was a pretty massive day in it. The stock doubled in pre-market, and so once the market opened, we were looking for bounces, and we got exactly that. So very nice moves out of it, and we scalped it a few times. You had a couple bull flags. So, for example, this bull flag here presented itself, and so again, congratulations to anyone that took these setups to the upside, and even potentially to the short side after it was unable to break this high of day over the $10 level. So that is AHPI, but we definitely scalped it a few times, and really happy with the performance on that trade, on those trades, on that name. All right, next is APT. So Alpha Protec, they're a mask maker. They had, they pump with COVID. They obviously, in terms of the spread of COVID, the promotion of mask is a huge thing. And so APT had a pretty big day, up 25% after the close. But you had this key level here at around $7 that we were looking for this break, but we did get again nice price action out of APT. I think we traded in around the $6 level, the low sixes. Again, as it started to move up here in the morning, and then it had a nice bounce and squeeze kind of into the afternoon. So again, nice trade on APT. Next, we have, so that's actually the four that we wanted to focus on. Actually, another one was NRXP. That's right. So NRXP, they're a pharmaceutical company. They have a COVID catalyst as well, and basically they had some news. They halted, and we caught it out of the halt. So because it halted up, we actually shorted this. Mainly because we know the name, we've traded it a few times, but we actually shorted this, and we were looking for around this area midday, the breakdown below $7. It actually consolidated pretty nicely here throughout the day, but we did catch a small breakdown in it, and so we shorted it kind of midday. What prompted it was the halt. And also it's just a former runner, and you kind of have this this $9 level as almost like the line in the sand. So again, we were looking for some rejection out of that, and we were hoping for it to break down further into this gap down from the halt level, but it didn't happen. So we kind of took profits pretty quickly, and again, it kind of consolidated, had a little pop here and into the close. So NRXP is definitely actually going to continue to be on the watch list for both movements to the up or downside. This is a pretty volatile name, but there is a catalyst, obviously, with it almost doubling on Friday. So this is probably going to show up on a watch list, but make sure you stay tuned so you find out which day that we're looking to trade. And also we have our live trade alerts when we actually take the trades that people can look at as well, just to get an idea of what we're up to here at FREIBA. But that is NRXP. All right, a couple others so the first four I talked about were on the watch list on Friday, and this next one was on the watch list as well. So NRXP obviously popped on the radar with it halting. So that was something on an intraday basis that members of our chat room, definitely got to see uh, some of that volatility. So this next one, ISPC, is um, a recent runner. So you have a pretty massive breakout on this recently. We've been tracking it and trading it for a few days now, but really nice consolidation on Thursday to this breakout on Friday. This has a COVID related catalyst as well, so they've definitely been on the radar from this initial pop here, and again consolidation breakout. And so we traded this. This was a pretty wild mover on Friday, and but we caught it pretty nicely on a couple moves up. I think this was our most actively traded name. And so you did have a breakdown, but at the same time, this was a false break here. So that was also what prompted us to, kind of look for the downside, and then we caught another curl in the afternoon on this. But ISPC, we were trading this all day, and that did really well for us as well as the community. But that was on the watch list as well on Friday. So definitely do not miss out on that next one. Again, we posted before the market opens. All right. And then another one that was on the watch list and probably on a lot of people's radar was LGVN. LGVN went from $5. I'm sorry, it went from $8 to $45 in one day. And so it's been on a lot of people's radar as well. We traded it back on this day as well. This was last Monday, and we did pretty well. We didn't quite catch this short squeeze here into the close, but we also were looking for some bounces. So it popped up on the radar on Friday, and it's kind of slowing down here, but at the same time, you do have a wedge that's forming. But we can get into that later. But you kind of have almost something like this, right? Have a wedge forming here. So we'll definitely keep this on watch. But we were watching the $36 to $38 range pretty carefully. So we traded it a couple times as it's squeezed up towards we were looking for the $40 level break. We did get that for just a moment, but we traded it in the morning as well, and that was a great winner. So again, congratulations to anyone that took advantage of that ticker on Friday. Couple others that we traded. So one here, fan favorite, is Tesla. So Tesla, the $1,100 level has been pretty significant for it. So we were looking for the break of 1100. You kind of had a little bit of a pullback here, and I think we caught it like right around 11 a.m. right around 10:50, right, 11 on this big spike here. Up towards that 105, and I think it topped out at around 106. Didn't quite go to high at 108, but Tesla was an intraday trade that we took that worked out really well. So we're really happy about that. And then lastly, for trades that we want to talk about is CODX. So this showed up on the radar. This is another COVID related stock, and it popped up on the radar. It's a former runner, right? It's been at $30 before. It recently had earnings, just about a week and a half ago or so. Positive reaction on earnings, and it pulled all the way back, basically gave all the gains back from that earnings report. And so it kind of popped up on the radar here because it is, again, loosely related to COVID. And we were looking for basically we were watching the $9.50 level pretty closely, and it had a high of $9.90. So again, we were looking at 950s. We were talking about it, and congratulations to anyone that saw that potential push, and which it did, and it stalled out right below $10 at 990. But this is going to continue to be on watch, most likely throughout the week as we kind of wait to hear more news about COVID and the like. But Again, guys, tune into the watch list. Again, we post it every day before the market opens. And then a couple others, just real quick, that have shown up on our radar. Some that we're thinking about. A couple that are still along this COVID theme. The first one is Zoom. So massive day out of Zoom on Friday. You had these under $200 level that we were kind of concerned about. We talked about in previous videos, but you had this kind of consolidation here and a little bit of a recovery. Back above $200 on Thursday, and then because of the relation to COVID, you had this gap up in Zoom. So it's pretty big, but it's kind of loosely correlated, mainly because of technology, and it had a big run up before, so a lot of people kind of reacted to it, but a lot of profit taking right out of the gates here. So this 237 level got rejected, and it started to consolidate around this in the 220s. And so this is definitely now on our radar after this move here, and we've identified some key levels to the upside as well. And so we're going to be keeping an eye out on Zoom for sure. Next is QGen. So another kind of COVID catalyst, COVID related stock that gapped up, and it's on our radar now. One, we're looking for the potential for this gap to fill to the downside, so maybe around $55, which isn't much room left to the downside. So we're looking for that to happen before that curl can start to move back up, because this was obviously news. So that kind of broke this pattern of here of it potentially bottoming out on a shorter time frame. But you have again kind of this range here that after earnings, you're naturally kind of looking for it to move up. So you had a nice reaction last Tuesday, and then with this $55 level with this gap up here on Friday, we're looking for that to start to trend back up. So $55 is going to be on watch on QGen. All right, so the next one that no longer a favorite, but it was in the beginning of the pandemic back in 2020, is Peloton. So Peloton, obviously the bike maker, exercise equipment community, and it's pretty interesting. They have pretty good fanfare, but a lot of sellers have been in this thing. So Peloton's really took a beating, as you see, it's pretty much flatlined at this $40 level. And we're looking for it to move back above 50. It did have some buyers come in when they had some news about a week and a half ago. But again, we're looking for some more news and a potential swing opportunity here, as we don't expect it to kind of pop back over to the $60 level. We do have a short-term target of 56.87. However, in terms of long-term holders that believe in the brand, that they do have some things in the works that are coming. One of the catalysts is that they're getting into weight equipment, so now they're moving past the cardio, with the bikes, and moving into more traditional workouts with weights and things. And so Peloton is definitely an interesting one being at this level. You do have a lot of competition and all that we can get into in another video, but again, this is on our radar. One, as we see more and more buyers start to come in as sellers are kind of exhausted, we're going to be anticipating for Peloton to start to get some more buyers and stabilize itself a little bit more, because it's been super volatile. But it's PTON, that is on watch. And then one last one isn't really related to COVID, but we've been talking about it, is Twitter. So we have some more consolidation happening here on Twitter. So we definitely still want it under $46. However, we can't pick the exact price all the time. So we're kind of looking to start to accumulate a position here on Twitter. There's a bunch of catalysts that are pending. A couple innovations that Twitter is working on. and we're pretty interested at this level. We want to make sure that it holds. We'll obviously take it at a cheaper price if Twitter can get below 46 again. We do expect this $45 level to be tested, and that might be, kind of the line in the sand for it to start to move back up, where people just, are so attracted to it at that price that they might, jump in and get in line to jump into this thing. So we'll see. But just wanted to mention that again, kind of give you an update because we have been hawking Twitter recently, and we do like it at these levels, and so just kind of stay tuned for some more news there. But we're watching Twitter as well. Well, I hope you guys had a great weekend. We're heading into the market this week. We're going to be, super cautious again. We're probably going to be short bias. So, definitely, trade safe and subscribe to the list. Hop in our chat room. Let us know if you have any questions so we can see how we can help. But that is it for FREIBA watch list. Really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we love all the support. Follow us at FREIBA on all platforms. Definitely like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks a lot.